Hello and welcome to this video on how do I implement deep linking to pages in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016. In this video we will develop hyperlinks for different target devices. The focus is on universal apps, which in NAV 2016 is a way to make it easier to handle the same code base running on different devices. The scenario we will show here is user A wants to share a page to user B. By sending a hyperlink, for example, to an item card on a specific item, and then send that hyperlink to user B. So when user B runs that hyperlink, it will then open the item card for that particular item. This is not a new scenario. What is new and what will be more and more common is that nowadays user B may activate this hyperlink either on a normal workstation or on a phone or a tablet or in a web browser. If it's on a phone, then that might be a Windows phone or an iPhone, it could be an Android phone. Same with tablets, it could be a Windows tablet, or an iPad or an Android device. So nowadays we can't always just send a link and then assume that user B can run it. We may need to make sure that there's a link available for any of the devices the user B might run this link on. So what we will do is we'll use a getURL function from an action. GetURL creates a hyperlink for us, but we will look at how we can make sure that this link is available for the different devices. So let's have a look at that. So in here we have the item card. So I'll design that and go to view, page actions, and in here I've already created an action called share with friends. The action has got properties promoted, yes, and the image set to email. In this example we will not email it, we'll just save the hyperlinks to a file so that we can look at them. But a more practical example would be to then email that link to another user. So on the trigger, we will see we've got 4 lines to generate 4 different URL links. So we'll have a different hyperlink for web client, one for phone, one for tablet, and one for desktop. If we use the trick here to specify a invalid option and then compile that F11, we will see in the compiler error we have 2 more options compared to NAV 2015. So the new options we have available is phone and desktop for creating a getURL using the client type. So client type was there in NAV 2015, but now we've added the phone and the desktop options as well. In this case, we will just save this in a HTML, generate a new HTML file and save it, and surround it with a bit of a body text. So the text we will have here would be check out this item, and then a hyperlink for the browser URL, one for the phone URL, one for tablet, and one for desktop URL. So let's see how this works. From the item card, I select a item and open the item card and then click this button, share with friends. And what we get is this HTML file with the 4 different links. So as expected, we have one link for the browser, one for the phone, one for tablet, and one for the computer. So if we look at the actual links that we get in this file, easiest way to see that is go to the source of this HTML file. Then we will see the link for the browser is, as expected, a HTTP link, but the other links for the phone starts with ms-dynamics NAV. And we'll notice that on the tablet, the link is very similar. The link for the computer is similar, and in fact, in this case, the three hyperlinks are identical. So we could have had just two links, one for the web client and then one for any other device, whether that device is a phone, tablet, or a computer. So in that way, we could actually have simplified this even more in the scenario we have here. And the way to do that is only through um, the universal applications that is an app you can install from the application store. Universal applications for Dynamics NAV 2016 is available from all the different devices I mentioned earlier. So it's for Windows Phone, iPhone, Android phones, and for the different tablets. And what will happen is when you execute a link, when you install the Dynamics NAV app, then it will register this as a hyperlink. So on that device, when you start a hyperlink with that prefix, then it will open the NAV app, and then in the NAV app will take care of the rest of this link and open the page as expected on whichever device it's running on. So this should greatly simplify the different scenarios where we need to take care of having different links to different devices and how we can have just one code base that runs on an iPhone as well as it does on a Windows tablet, for example. So basically what we have here is we've got a link that contains, that starts with MS Dynamics NAV, then it contains computer name, port, instance name, company, page ID, here page 30, and record bookmark to the record, and in the case of multi-tenancy, it will contain the tenant ID as well. The fact that the link begins with MS Dynamics NAV means that it will require the NAV app to be installed on the machine or on the device we are running on. So it will then open the NAV app, and then the app will then handle the link depending on whichever device it's running on. Also notice that the computer we have here would be an intranet address. So in case that we want to make this link available externally, we can specify this parameter public web base URL. So if we set up a full domain address, then this would be replaced with the computer name so that the link could be accessed from the outside of your domain. So as a summary, the main action here that we were looking at was to be aware that something may not just run on the usual worktops as we're used to. They may nowadays run on a phone, and if it's on a phone, then on different types of phones. And we were looking at the get URL function to create hyperlinks to a specific page, to a specific record, and how to handle this with different display types, different hardware targets. So for more resources, go to these labs, the links we have here, and thank you for watching this.